you know, we joke about it, but we said that the engineer was the wrong call, but even from a driver's perspective, it's hard to make that judgment as well, because if Hansen had a terrible run through traffic and got picked up loads of marbles in his tyres, you will be slower.
Stay focused on traffic to come, stay focused. As soon as we are close, we can go back.
That's the right message. That's so. As soon as we're close, we'll go by.
Yeah.
But the traffic hasn't fallen his way at the moment. That's why Hansen has actually extended the gap. So it's just the way it goes. Oh, and is that Hansen that's gone wide? It is.
Hansen's off in the gravel.
Shows how much he was pushing to try and keep Collado at bay. That was complete driver error. I don't think another car was involved there.
Was it that LMP2 car that was being flashed by the GT car? Did he trip over the LMP2 car in the braking zone? Was he caught out by the LMP2 car having a moment?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
See it again, but let's see. Where is it? That's Hansen.
No, he's on his own.
Are there any cars around him? No. That was just all alone.
Yeah, we had an issue with the motor. Have a look. The front is completely locked. Did not lock. Have a look.
Yeah, it was a little bit on and off, wasn't it? I think it was probably just a tyre coming in and out of grip, because it was that grip slip scenario. It was just on the threshold of lock-in with the brake pressure that he was holding. But we do know that Kubica was talking about having to pump the pedal. We said that the issue seems to have gone away. Has it?
And into the pit lane comes James Collado to hand over to Antonio Giovinazzi. And that means that back into the lead goes Phil Hansen in the AF Corsa Ferrari, right on the stroke of 10 hours complete, 9 hours completed. So as we get to the end of the hour, it is 83 that pops up to the top. Now, all they need to do is for that to happen at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and they'll be very happy boys.
Not if car 51 can help it, Martin.
And car 50.
Yeah, car 50.
And 6, and 4, and 8, and 15, and 20, and 7, and.
As a very motivated Antonio Giovinazzi gets on board the car 51.
So, 10 hours, 17 minutes and change have been completed. And Kevin Estre leads in this triple stint that he's done in number 6.
Yellow's at Marshall's post 30, debris at Marshall post 6, left-hand side. Let's have a look and see what's going on around the circuit right now. So it is the Porsche curves. I think it is the 46.
Oh, now that's bad news, because that has been very well placed in LMGT3 for the bulk of the race. It's been leading it. There is the car in question that is off the road.
Kelvin van der Linde as well at the wheel of the car.
And it looks like it's gone straight on. I mean, you can see the witness marks there, the way he's gone through the gravel, as though... Has there been a failure which has taken out the power steering, taken out the steering altogether? It just looks like it's gone straight on. The lights are on, I'll grant you, but it's very odd that it would have gone straight.
There's no sort of spinny wheel action at the moment, so I wonder if there's been further drama. Let's watch and see what we can see here. This is on board with Kelvin van der Linde, and he has indeed a bit of a wiggle. This is at... it's Porsche in, isn't it?
Yeah.
If I said Ford Chicane, which is what I initially thought it was. 7 Kessel racing car. And where are they in the order at the moment? It is 8th and 9th, and that's they came in 24 seconds apart. Away goes the number 31. Augusto Farfus brought the car in. Car leaves now, and Augusto Farfus takes the car out.
And there is your much delayed CLX Pure Racing entry. And Tom Blomqvist is going to stay behind the wheel of that car, so fuel only.
Well, they must have done some pretty good work in the last 3-4 hours after that delay with the car up on the high stands for a while, because they had laps to make up on some of these GT cars, and they have put laps on them.
They have, yeah. Fair play. I mean, we know that Tom Blomqvist is quick. We know that Tristan Vautier is quick. Alex Malikin is a very shiny bronze. That's number 20 in the pit lane, which has been brought in by, by Sheldon van der Linde. And that car was in the top 10. So the BMW is still yo-yoing up and down the order, but the reliability is looking okay. right, and oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. 46 had rejoined, and as you can see, it's having another trip to its box. And so, whatever the problem is, it ain't gone away, and that really effectively is that car out of the race now.
Well, you can see, look at the body language around it. Andreas Roos is there. You can see Emma, WRT's communications manager, and she's looking glum. And
Yeah.
She doesn't often look glum.
No, you're right. And all of a sudden, look, Sarah Bovey can come right back at Lilo Adu in the unofficial Coupe des Dames that we've got going on here, heading toward the Ford chicanes.
Yeah, Ricky Perra leads this race, by the way, by 1 minute and 14 seconds from Jose Maria Lopez, the multi-first Form 92 Porsche, in dominant form this evening. The Konis ASP's 87 Lexus sits second, the 21 Ferrari, the Vista of Corsa car in the hands of Simon Mann sits third, and then it's the second Lexus. They're having a good Le Mans to this point. Zach Robichon in the heart of racing, number 27. Aston Martin sits in 5th place, and then the TF Sport 81 Corvette of Rui Andrade.
And the surviving Ford Mustang, just to touch on that briefly, is in 52nd place for Ben Tuck at the wheel of it. And I mentioned that because Ben always has lots of support from people watching on live streams and on television.
As he should. His form has been
absolutely
stellar.
Absolutely. And he's a proper bloke that's come out of UK club racing and done this the hard way with next to no budget. So it's always good to see Ben going well. Right, I think now you're going to have Sarah Bovey coming back. Yes, definitely at Lila Wadu. Goes to the outside line, coming out of Terre Rouge then. Good stuff. Gets a toe, gets that side draft. The Porsche should be ahead by the time they get to the first chicane. But can Sarah Bovey move across and claim the line for the corner? It seems a long wait, doesn't it, before you get to the chicane. You can see the lights on the inside there where the Ferrari tries to come back. They're heading into the braking zone. Is the Porsche going to turn in ahead? No! Lila Wadu late on the brakes. A brush between the two of them. Hard racing, fair racing, good racing, and the Ferrari stays ahead.
Yeah, don't mess with these ladies because that was tough stuff. They're through to, into and out of the braking zone into the first chicane, where things historically have gone very badly wrong indeed. But that was beautifully done with a pair of them.
Right, okay.
Gosh, I remember seeing it as a car
This
off.
does not look good at all, does it? Marshall's Post 6 is Terre Rouge.
That's the 24 Nielsen racing car with Data Bricks backing on it.
I'm impressed you can spot that.
That's
got damage, hasn't it? Big damage.
Ken Bullock-Basie aboard that car. And
there's damage at the front by the look of it. It's hit the barriers.
That's hit the barriers hard. That is the blue light. That is the light. It's the safety car. Now we've got a bit of drama.
Right, first one of the race, isn't it?
It's, I believe that's right.
Yeah, 3 full course yellows and our first safety car.
And all of a sudden, the team scrambled because now we get the strategy coming into play. Well, first things first, what does that blue light mean? It is inertia-driven, a G-force-driven sensor. That driver has suffered quite a big G deceleration, high G deceleration, will be going to the medical centre come what may, but looks to me, get a little bit of moving in the cockpit, and Marshall's now with him, sideways into the barrier, I think, is what's gone on there. And pretty close to where we saw the incident for the Mustang.
Yeah,
it doesn't tend to be a place where you go off by yourself.
I was going to suggest it's gone in forwards and spun round, but we may well get a replay. If you're thinking those marshals took a long time, bear in mind that under current FIA rules, you can't go trackside until race control give you permission, especially not in the dark. So the race neutralised, then they're allowed to go.
And they went at a run as well.
Yep.
So there is concern, of course there should be. We will, of course, bring you the information we can. We could see Kemp was moving in the cockpit there for the 24.
So now, as Graham rightly said a moment ago, this throws the strategy calls up into the air. And this is where your data engineer, your chief engineer, earns his corn, because he needs to make the right call at the right time.
He does, and it's a completely different system here at Le Mans because of the length of the track. We'll take you through how this works. Stick with us because it can be quite long and complicated. Clearly, the concern there is about the driver before we get to the recovery of the car, before we get to any repairs required for the barrier. They are the 3 distinct tasks that will need to be undertaken, assuming, by the way, there's just one car out there.
Yeah, yes, there could be another. There are going to be 3 safety cars, all to pick up different waves of the traffic. Now, if you pit under the safety car, you cannot rejoin until the next safety car wave has come by, and therefore you need to be, or the team need to be very mindful of which group you're in, because if you're in the third group and you therefore have to rejoin after the next one, which is the first group, you lose a lap potentially. And Ryo Hirakawa here has a chance to try to get himself into the lead of the race, but don't forget, ahead of Vanthoor is the Oliver Gray LMP2 leading car, so Vanthoor as well wants to be on his toes, try and get that effective back marker between himself and the opposition. We go green, the pace quickens then now, and the first, is it going to be the only safety car period done? We're going to go back racing when they come out of the Ford chicane. They'll blast past the pits. As soon as they've gone over the timing beam, then they will be able to go racing and do the overtaking. So Vanthoor wants to position himself so he can strike straight away. We're back racing at Le Mans. Laurens Vanthoor for Porsche comes across the stripe in the lead of the race. They go past the pits, they head up towards the Dunlop corner, and he wants to clear that LMP2 car straight away. Job done.
He's done it, and he has an opportunity now to stretch this advantage. A couple of LMP2 cars between him and the nearest threat from behind as the other hypercars battle behind.
With some very, very fierce racing indeed down to the Mulsanne corner. This is how it looked on board.
Yes, indeed. He's been following, maybe just stymied a little with the traffic. But it was a good slipstreaming move here from AFA. Tried to go defensive, wasn't the room to do it though this time. Watch to the right, there goes the Ferrari. Compromises entry though there, over the curb to the inside. That gave the opportunity for Ryo Hirakawa to go to the right hand, to driver's right. That was blocked, but that then caused a little bit of reduction in the straight line over to the curb for Ryo Hirakawa. Didn't manage to get up the inside, and it was the Ferrari that managed to hold the inside line all the way down to Mulsanne corner. Great stuff from both of them.
On track, look at this, a potential pass, no, into the second chicane. So car 183, Vaxivier, has gone from hunter to hunted there, because he was the one putting the pressure on Van der Zande, who just flashes by out of screen. And now Vaxivier's got his mirrors full, the car behind.
That's not a battle for position, because the car behind the blue and black car is car number 25, and he is a lap behind the leaders. So AF Corsa 183, that is a battle for position with the United Autosports car 2 up the road, but the number 25 car is out of sync. However, lurking right behind him is the green and yellow Inter-Europol car, which is in a battle for position with Algarve Pro. So there's 2 battles going on there. The one you're seeing shown on screen, Van der Zande versus Vaxivier, but right behind, the blue and black Algarve Pro car is desperately trying to hold off Luca Giotto's Inter-Europol machine. So there is the Algarve Pro car, blue and black, and there is Inter-Europol's 43. That's the other car. That's Nick Yellerly.
Yeah, that's the one that's had the nose change.
He's just pitted from the lead.
Yeah, that's the one that's had the nose change, isn't it, with the black fronted.
Yes. So ahead of this lot on the road is the current leader, the VDS Panis racing car of Esteban Masson, and that's the car with the predominantly purple colours, dark purple colours, claret maybe, with a yellow lion's head on, the colours of Mark van der Straten's racing team. So there's 3 different battles mixed up in there. The leader, the man who was the leader before he pitted, the battle for 7th, and a separate battle for 9th, which is a lap behind.